everyone, or should I say hallo iedereen, goedemorgen, goedemiddag, goedenavond, goedendag. Ik hoop dat jullie een geweldige dag hebben vandaag. There's a lot of in this one. Mijn naam is Lex, en welkom bij een nieuw GTA 5 video. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we are speaking Dutch. I do hope that Dutch intro was at least somewhat acceptable. There's a few of those words that are a right mouthful, especially for me right now because I've got a sore throat. That sound is not helping me at all. So if you're Dutch, let me know in the comment section below how I did. Actually, what was the worst word in that one? Geweldige? Geweldige dag hebben vandaag is quite an awkward one. Ik hoop dat jullie een geweldige dag hebben vandaag. It's a strange one. Again, I'm doing these foreign language intros. Doesn't mean I'm going to be good at them. I'm just going to give them a shot, sometimes without having any idea how the language should sound. Just in this case, I have a vague idea, but it's probably not correct in any way. Anyway, today we are going to be looking at this. This is the 6-star Ubermax Sentinel Classic Custom. That is a bit of a mouthful. That is a lot of words to say. This has been made by Robin, aka GTA Wise Guy, always making these amazing lore-friendly style builds for GTA, and he's pulled it out the bag with this one. This thing looks absolutely amazing. As you guys would have seen with my previous Sentinel video when I first covered the Sentinel Classic, I said how much I loved this car. Now that we have this awesome wide-body kit and all this sort of stuff, this is just absolutely amazing, and there's loads of tuning parts that we can put on this thing. So that's what we're going to be looking at in today's video. So before we do, actually, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below, as always. And also Instagram _Figureight. Links for that in the description below as well. So here we are. Here we have the Sentinel Classic. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly spawn in the normal Sentinel Classic just to see how they compare. Okay, so here they are both spawned in. Now, instantly, the first thing that you're going to notice is the fact that this has this big, huge, wide arch kit that this doesn't really have. It does have a bit of a wide arch thing going on with it, but nothing to the extent that this one has. This one's also got, by standard, the whole sort of red details thing going on, whereas this didn't actually spawn with any of that sort of stuff. On the sides, though, they do look pretty similar. Obviously, this one just has this huge, bulbous rear arch going around here. And on the back, it's pretty much the same. This one, though, interestingly, does have what looks to be a fabric convertible roof. That even looks like... I tell you what, that's really nicely done. I like that, because it's also slightly changed how the back looks, because there's a curve here, whereas this one is just square. Oh, that is so cool. But apart from those things, everything else seems to be in order and like the original, although this one has the Sentinel badging, whereas this one doesn't. And also, one thing to note is you might think for a custom car this thing's pretty high. Actually, this should have the same sort of air ride suspension thing that you would get on that pickup truck that came out in the latest update. But the thing is, well, I have V-Stancer, and V-Stancer breaks it. So that means we'll have to use V-Stancer to slam it and get it all right. But you could actually just get rid of V-Stancer and use the standard air ride lowered suspension on this thing. But of course, we can't camber with that, so we'll stick with V-Stancer for now. So actually, let's just have a quick look on the interiors. They should be pretty similar. There we go, there's the original. I do love this dashboard in the original one. And then we have the one here that's actually almost identical, isn't it? Yeah, these interiors seem pretty much identical. I'd say the colours are slightly different, but I think we can just change those anyway. But again, don't fix what isn't broken. This interior is awesome as it is. And there you can have the back as well. Slightly different though. This one has the rear seats like that, whereas this one, because it's a convertible, it's sort of just a lot flatter here and actually a little bit deeper, I'd say, because this whole back bit on the seat seems really big, whereas this one's actually quite small looking with that. As for in the boot and under the bonnet, well, the boots seem pretty much identical. We have that, and we have that. Although I do notice that this one has these little things sticking out. Maybe they're part of a mod or something. We'll see later. I'm not entirely sure. And then on the engine bay, with these nice front flipped bonnets, there we have the standard one, pretty basic. Whereas this one is a lot more detailed, as you can see. We've got these awesome little filters on the throttle body. We've got a lot more detail going on the top of the engine as well. And basically everything's just a lot shinier and a lot more detailed, as you can see. Right, so let's just go ahead, close that, and get around and modifying it, because actually there's a lot of parts and we've been stalling, quite frankly. Okay, so I've just moved the car out the way, and I just want to, just like what we did with the RX-7 video, make this car matte coloured and a brighter colour, because again, this spawned in black and you really just couldn't see all the details. So I want to make sure that we can see everything that's going on, so I'm going to make this nice and bright for the video, even though we'll probably go ahead and change the colour later on perhaps. And also I've noticed as we've changed the colour, it has changed the colour of the grille as well, as you can see there. Right, so on to menus customs. We have spoilers. We have 19 spoilers. We have the stock. We have the classic. We have the secondary classic. We have the carbon classic. We have the sports. We have the secondary and carbon versions. We have the excess. These are all the ones that you get with the standard. Then we have the GT. I believe these are all standard ones as well, same as this. But then we also have the drift spoiler. Whoa, okay, that's a bit too big for my liking. Then we have the ducktail, which looks so damn cool. And then we have the riveted ducktail as well, which adds rivets to that top part. Oh, it's also got these nice little dimple parts where the rivets sit as well. That's quite hard to show you, actually. Look at that, I'll zoom in. Look at that, even got those nice little details with all the rivets there. So for this first build, I actually want to go, I think, for the riveted ducktail and hope that we get some sort of like riveted arch set up later on, but we'll see, otherwise we'll switch to the normal ducktail. Then we have, for the front bumper, we have the options of the stock with the carbon lip, the XS Rally, the Drift 1, 2, and 3. These are actually just as they were stock with the Rockstar version. Now, I'm not a big fan of this drift style look, so I'm actually just going to go with the stock with the carbon front lip, because I think that looks amazing. This one has got rid of the sticker bombed one, I've noticed. No rear bumper modifying for this one. Let's move on to skirts. We have the stock. We have the sloop skirt, which just sort of makes it a bit more rounded. Then we have the riveted skirt down the bottom there. We have the riveted sloop skirt. Very weird name. Then the sealed skirt, and then the sealed sloop skirt as well. Interesting different setups we've got there. So the sealed one, only difference seems to be just that line, I think. As you can see, just that's it for that. So I think, actually, let's go for the riveted skirt like that, I think that's going to look nice. Again, I like these sharp angles. This is an 80s car. That was sort of like the look with 80s body kits, like stuff you get from Zender and all that sort of thing, especially as this is a BMW. Not sure if it's been modelled on that, but yeah, that would be the sort of thing that I'd look at if I was trying to model a kit. It would be looking at sort of like 80s kits for BMWs and German cars and all that sort of stuff. Moving on to the exhaust, we have the stock, we have the titanium, we have the chrome, we have the ceramic, which is just like a darker chrome. I actually just really like the chrome, so we'll go for that. Then onto the chassis, this is going to be all the roll cage stuff. So we have the street half cage, and again, I do love these seats. Then we have the dash dodger cage, then we have the padded one, then we have the full cage, and the full padded cage. Do you know what? I just like the street half cage look that seems to have the more racing style seats. These are not comfortable for the street. This one, they don't even have padding, but they look the best. I want to go for them. Then onto the grille, we have the stock grille, we have the headlight wipers, just as we have the original one. We have the lights, and we have the open mesh grille, which I don't remember from the last one. I think that's new for this car. So I guess to be nice and different, let's go for that. Then on the hood, we have a lot of options. We've got the lifted hood, which is always a big favourite of mine. I think we might go for that one. We have the secondary hood, carbon, sticker bomb, XS. Again, I quite like the XS one. Then we have the carbon XS, the drift hood. Oh, that's just got a nice big bulge in the middle there. It's quite hard to see, even with the matte. There we go, that's probably a good angle. Then we have the secondary, then we have the carbon, then we have the vented drift, and in secondary and carbon, and then we have the STD hood in secondary, carbon, or just remove, if you fancy that look, which, nah. Do you know, I'm actually going to go for the STD hood, this one, I think. The Sentinel Tuning Division hood. Although I do also like the lifted and the XS. Do you know what? I'm going to do this lifted because I just really like lifted bonnets for some reason. So there we go. Then onto the fenders. Ooh, here we go. This is where the kit's going to get interesting. So we have the stock, we have the chopped kit. Ooh, interesting. Okay, then we have the riveted kit. Ah, see, now that's what I'm talking about. For my first build, I think we're going to go for this sort of like riveted Rocket Bunny-esque style thing, because obviously this is going to be like a modern take on a classic look. Then we also have the chopped version of the riveted one. Chopped is definitely insane. I'm not that big into chopped stuff in real life, but I get why people would like it. And then we also have the sealed kit as well, which is basically just these with all the sealing stuff around them. Yeah, or the chopped version of that one. I'm going to go for the riveted kit right there. Then we also have the option for antennas. Again, very sort of 80s and 90s. Going to have that on there. Then I'm just going to go to engine. Upgrade that. Brakes. Transmission, suspension, competition suspension. Again, we're going to be slamming this with V-Stance anyway. I just want to make it nice and stiff. Paints we're going to leave till last. There's a whole extra section in the Benny's Lowrider mod section, but I just want to go for windows and go for a nice sort of like a green tint like that. That's good. There's no extras, so no need to worry about that. And turbo. So let's just go back to the Lowrider mod section. So we have in the plate holders, oh, we've got a nice selection. Is this going to be on the front or the back? It's just going to be the back. Okay. So we have the 6-star crew version one. Then we have the financial mistake style one. We have the @_analog. This is obviously Jordan Henderson here, whoever this person is. There we go. There's a nice free plug for him. This seems to be perhaps, this might be like a patron thing. These are probably all patrons to Robin's channel, so that's where these are coming from. Then we have this one as well. Collar 7, JVY pennant, and crowned. I quite like that nice simple crown one there, but that is a bit modern, a bit... I don't know, is that a bit too far from my style? Mind you, it's nice and different. We'll go for different. I love that. Even though it is a big white dot that's glaring. Okay, never mind. I'm actually going to bottle it and go for the stock. Then on the vanity plate, this is going to have to be the front. So these are going to be matching ones on the front, I guess. No? Or are they also on the back as well? Ah, no. Okay, okay. So we have this one. Then we have this one @_analog. Then we have Jobless Gamer, CR owned in a sort of Japan. Is this a classic plates that has the red line? I can never remember. And then we have this one as well, another Japanese style plate. Again, I'm just going to go for stock because these are more just for patrons. Then on the trim, seems there's a lot more stuff here for patrons as well. I guess they've all got their own banners. We've got the 6-star crew one. We've got the blank. We've got the 6-star crew one again. And then this one as well. Then we have this one, the Pluvio, the Jobless Gamer, Jordan Henderson. Again, this one's all in katakana. Then we have the crowned. That was actually quite nice and simple because it's just like a small sticker in the middle. I quite like that. We don't really have that option on a lot of cars in GTA 5 to have like these small style stickers or even ones on the bottom. Like some people have like slammed written there. That's a very stereotypical sticker thing, but why have we not had that in GTA 5 ever? Then we have that one. Then we have the JVY pennant. And then we have the primary and secondary color sun strips. And do you know what? As it's being quite 80s, I feel like going for that primary sun strip just to go for a nice 80s look, even though I have gone for the modern riveted. This is a huge mismatch. I'm starting to question what I'm doing here. Do you know what? For now, secondary color, that will do. On the ornaments, we have the option to have the roof down like that. Oh, look at that. I tell you what, I've actually really grown to like it with the roof on. But it does look cool with the roof down as well. That is really cool. But do you know what? Just for this first build, I'm going to do it like that because I think it looks awesome. Then on the engine block, we're going to have to get rid of this bonnet, aren't we? In fact, actually, let's just look at the other things before we do that. We'll do that at the end. So we have the arch covers. We have the external oil cooler right there that also takes out that headlight as well, which is very cool. Get a load of that. That's a bit too much for this build that I was going to go for. But I don't know. Is that too much for this build I'm going to go for? I actually really don't know what style I'm going for with this one. Do you know what? I wanted to go subtle. So, no. Subtle. Yeah, there's riveted big, massive, wide arch things. I think we're past subtle on this build. So, do you know what? I'm going to go for the external oil cooler. Then on the aerials, that's actually be strut brace as well. And then we have the livery options. So we have the stock. We have the scene kit with all the stickers and the numbers. We have the fake rust. This is all basically what you get on the original Sentinel. Then we have the Douche Rally, Zero to Hero, Ron Racer, Drift Predator, Fukari Warrior, 2D Relationship, Rockstar Games, the Hock and Fart livery. I think this is actually a new one. I don't remember this. Hock and Fart air ride suspension. Then we have the 6-star livery down the bottom there. Just nice, simple 6-star. Snapmatic, Fukaru, GTA Wise Guy stickers down the bottom. And then we also have the crowned one. Imagine all GTA players living life in peace. Yeah, not in GTA Online as far as I know. But there we go, a nice simple one on the side there. I'm going to go just for stock, I think. Because actually, the fake rally one, especially with that lifted thing, you can see the red for it, which is a bit awkward. But do you know what? That doesn't really fit this build, so I'm going to go for stock. Okay, so I've gone to remove bonnet basically because it folds forward and it's just a bit awkward to see. So we can have a better look. So we have the stock engine block. We have the secondary color cover, which also has that carbon fiber on the front. Then we have the chrome. Then we have the full carbon. Then we have the primary color exposed cover, which gets rid of the cam belt covers, which does have a weird moving belt and thing. That's kind of weird. Is that broken? Then we have the secondary color version. We have the chrome version. We have the carbon version. I like this exposed thing as well, with this whole like top rail thing with the spark plugs. That's very cool. Then we have the primary full covered one as well, with this that I have no idea what it is. Then we have the same secondary color one. Then we have the chrome. Then we have the carbon. And then we have that version with the exposed cam pulleys. I think that we should just go for red. Just have it all nice and matching. Then we have on the air filter section, actually this is going to be like the whole throttle bodies bit, we have open carbs. Ooh, look at that. That is cool. Then we have the sports filters. We have the carbon race filters. We have the twin... Whoa, okay, that changed everything. Let's get a nice wider view of that change. Good God, that changes everything. That changes the entirety of that whole engine bay area. Wow, okay, so there's the twin turbo kit right there. Then we have the big turbo, which also has the turbine spinning as well. And we also have the quarter mile kit, which has that huge turbo right down by the front there, which we can see through the grille. Now that's cool. I'm going to go for that. Oh, I did actually just notice that one does have fans on the radiator as well. So let's just go for the quarter mile kit so we can see that turbo right there. And let's go back to the hood and put our lifted hood back on. There we go. And actually, I really am genuinely just not sure about this oil cooler. I think I'm going to get rid of it. There we go. I think that just tidies it up so much nicer. So that leaves us with paint and wheels. Now, I just want to see what this looks like using V-Stancer, just turning the suspension height down. So let's just go to here, go to suspension menu, go to visual lowering, and just drop it down. There we go. That's pretty respectable. And of course, I can't change any of the camera and stuff because that's the stock wheels. But that's how it looks, slammed with the stock wheels. That looks pretty nice, actually. I quite like that. Nice and simple. So I just want to see. Can you see this moving faster if we rev it? Oh, it does. Look at that. Oh, that is so cool. You can actually see it all spinning and moving as I rev the car. Ooh, that is cool. I like that. That's a nice detail. Oh, this does sound nice with the turbo and stuff as well. Listen to that. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's pull in then because we haven't finished this just yet. I do want to put on some custom wheels. And actually, do you know what? This build with these wheels, because I actually really like these sort of turbine style deep dish wheels, I'd say that's that build done. Even like this red, I don't know. Let's try another color just to see if we can find a better color. Okay, actually, do you know what? I think I said this when I did the original video for the original version of this car, but this is one of those cars where just all colors look amazing. But I think that actually these nice simple, just like this bluish silver style, this silver, this dark steel, all just looks absolutely amazing on this car. I actually really like this dark steel. And there we go. That is our first build done. This is actually sort of like my sort of cool build. I think if I had this in real life with the wide arches, I probably wouldn't go for the riveted look. I'd go for the smoother look. But even then, it still looks amazing, even if I have just smashed up that side. That is so cool. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 or 2 more speed builds. You're just going to see me speed build it, and then we'll have a look at the finished product. So let me just go down here to this car park, and let's make the next one. Okay, and here we are done with the first build. I've outdone myself in how terrible I think I can modify a car, but I wanted to try it. It's terrible. I know, but I've given it a go. I've gone for the chopped style arches. I've gone for all matte green paint apart from the spoiler, just for trying it out, being experimental, and also because this bar is all secondary colour as well, so all that is secondary colour. I've got rid of the roof as well. I've gone for a lifted look with these poked out off-roader wheels. I've gone for the rally lights. I've gone for the oil cooler. I've gone for the STD style bonnet, and the spoiler is basically just a simple classic custom spoiler, and we've gone for the antenna as well. Now, I did notice as I was going through that actually in my excitement with the turbo on the previous car, I did notice that I forgot a couple of engine tuning parts. So I just want to cover those quickly, even though it's probably not really related to this build in particular. And annoyingly, now that I've just taken my bonnet off, I've noticed that it has reset all my wheels. Thanks, V-Starter. But yeah, we did manage to miss out a couple of bits, so let's just go back and change this. Oh, I quite like that secondary colour one there. And let's just go for a big turbo kit, because why not? So on the fittings, we actually had some different cam gears. We had the stock, then we have the colourable ones, which I believe is going to be the secondary colour. Then we have the chrome, then we have the Kevlar belt and colourable gears. Again, I'm not sure how that would be changed, because that's blue. Where would you change the colour of blue? And then we also have that with the chrome gears. I don't know where we'd change the blue, but let's just try changing the colour of that. Okay, so actually, yeah, because I've got the secondary colour engine, that's going to be weird as well. But as you can see, we are changing the colour of the cam gears. But it does also change the colour of that rail, so we can go for something weird, just like bright yellow everything. Although that would change all of that to... Yeah, do you know what? This is a terrible idea. There's a reason why I went matte desert tan with everything, but there we go. Actually, it was dark earth, wasn't it? Yeah, that's better. And do you know what? We'll keep it like that. This is one hell of a strange build. This is definitely not what I had planned. So do you know what? I'm going to finish it off with some stance, because why not? Let's go. And here we are, done. Now, I almost completed this build with the very bright grain that you would have seen through most of that time lapse there. But right at the end, I thought, do you know what, let's not be stupid. I ended up going for something quite similar to this, in fact. But I actually went for this really beautiful metal colour. And then I found this really nice sort of like yellowy gold for the wheels. And I found the paint code index and I matched it for the secondary colour as well. And we've gone for the riveted again, but this time I've gone for a stance look. And I've gone for that bumper on the front as well. And as you can see, I actually think this looks amazing. I don't know why. There's just something about that which just looks really cool to me. And there we are. How about that? There we have a proper Sentinel wide body classic custom for GTA 5. Absolutely beautiful. Now there is one more detail that I actually managed to find. Turns out, well, first of all, I actually missed another engine detail because, well, I'm an idiot. Whilst I was getting excited about the colourable cam gears, I did actually also miss the extra strut braces and stuff. So then we have the carbon fibre strut brace. Then we've got the medium titanium. We have these ones triangulated. All of these sticker bomb, polished twin, extreme billet, and lightened. So for that one, I'm going to keep that bonnet off actually and go for the lightened. And I'm going to go for some nice, well, not colourable cam gears. Actually, I will go for the colourable cam gears. The reason being is I want to show you the other thing that I discovered whilst modifying the other car. If we go to paints and we go to secondary and we go and find a nice bright colour like yellow. First of all, well, you can see all these things are secondary. We have, well, obviously that cam gear there. We also have these pipe bits. We have this. We have all these surrounds for the ignition cables. We also have the secondary colour on these parts of the riveted kit. We also have them there on the studs and also on all the bolts around the wheel. And then, of course, we do have it on this in the interior. So there's lots of tiny little bits that have all the secondary colour if you want to have some nice popping colour there. Let's go for, I don't know, we can go for a green or red. Oh, I do like the red with that colour actually. Okay, there we go. So two builds that actually look very similar to one another. and one build that was just a complete mess. I want you guys to let me know what you think is your favourite in the comment section below. For me, it's got to be this. This, to me, just looks absolutely amazing. But there we go. You can let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you also want me to read out your foreign language intros, you can leave those in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, sticking around and enjoying this video. Let me know what you think of the builds in the comment section. Maybe you'd have built yours differently. Maybe you've downloaded this mod yourself, in which case you can tweet me and also tweet Robin as well at GTAWiseGuy on Twitter. I'll put a link to his Twitter down in the description below as well, so you can tweet him pictures of your builds as well. I'm sure he'd love to see those. Just let him know that Figureight sent you. So there we go, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.